Yeah, very good. So today's panel is all about bridging the gap between the first purchase to long-term consistency of subscribe and save. And we will hear real and practical stories and insights from our panelists on how we can properly guide our preferred customers and brand partners so that they can start strong, they can stay consistent, and they will be able to focus on their business and wellness with confidence. Now, this segment is focused on what will truly work. Alright, so from connection and education to creating sustainable habits. Now, today, we are joined by 3 leaders who have successfully turned first purchases into long-term subscribe and save commitment. But before I introduce each one of them, on the count of 3, can you look at the person to your right? And on the count of 3, say, subscribe and save is key. Alright? Okay, one more. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, subscribe and save is key. Alright, so let's dive right into it. Our first panelist. Okay, she spent over 2 decades empowering women and families to live healthier, more balanced lives through fitness, behavioral science, and nutrition. Her consistent leadership has built a loyal community of customers spanning generations, anchored on long-term wellness habits, and of course, subscribe and save. This consistency has allowed her to enjoy both personal freedom and sustained business success. Let us all welcome Executive Gold Director from Singapore, Doreen Hong. Welcome, Doreen. Now, our second panelist made a bold shift from a demanding corporate career to building a purpose-driven Usana business focused on health, family, and sustainability. His commitment has earned him recognition as a Grand Slam 6 achiever, a regional top 25 growth bonus earner, and top 25 sales retention and community leader. Known for leading by example, he continues to inspire teams through consistency and action. Let us all welcome Emerald Director from Malaysia, Wong and Kiat. And last but definitely not the least, our final panelist is a trailblazer whose journey has extended to long-term commitment and duplication can truly achieve. She was named Usana Rookie of the Year, a 3-time Asia Pacific Growth Awardee, and has held the title of Top Income Earner in the Philippines for 13 consecutive years. Her leadership has inspired thousands to build purpose-driven success through wellness and business. Please welcome Executive 1-Star Diamond Director from the Philippines, Daisy Balaguer. Alright, so hello Doreen and Kiat and Daisy. And Doreen, I was looking for your profile and it's been 21 years. So you have been with Usana for 21 years. So were you 18 when you joined?
Hello everyone. I'm very glad I started my supplement journey in my 40s. And I'm a physical and health coach, and health and wellness has always been an important part of my life. Which is why when the Become a Wellness Coach program launched, I make sure I qualify for it. Not once, but twice.
Not once but twice. And Kiat, you look like 18.
Yes, of course. I'm a father of a beautiful daughter. What do you think? I'm grateful that I have Usana to accompany me for the past 6 years. And even though I'm only 6 years in Usana, I have qualified 3 times.
Wow, 3 times already. And Daisy?
Wow, and you're so young. I've been with Usana for the past 17 years, and when I heard that the Become a Wellness Coach program was launched in the Philippines last year, I told myself, oh, I shouldn't miss this. So today, this is my second time attending.
Wow, it seems like all of you are repeated qualifiers. So can you let us know how important is it to participate in the Become a Wellness Coach program?
Well, this program inspires me a lot. We weren't just learning about all the science-based products. We were constantly being equipped with soft skills that really elevated how we connect with people. We learned and practiced how to have better conversations and how to really listen and observe our clients' behaviors and how to pick up subtle signs that might point to common nutritional gaps. So all this to help me better understand what we truly need on the day-to-day basis of life. This guides me towards a more integrative approach to help customers optimize their health.
Wow, that's great to know. And you also gain deeper insights into the broader world of medicine. Is that right?
So not only to our scientists, we also gain through the sharings of the knowledge of external healthcare professionals. It has been an incredible opportunity to learn from experts from across different disciplines.
That's good to know. And how about you, Enkiat? I know you have qualified for 3 times already. So what keeps you going? What keeps you qualifying and achieving this?
Yeah, okay. I'm truly impressed by all that I gained from the program. Seeing the science behind the product, the consistency and the global support from the brand, it really strengthened our belief in company. I know I made the right choice. It also deepened my nutrition knowledge. I learned how to express health in a simple way, relatable and practical. Not just listing ingredients, but helping people understand what their body really needs. And most importantly, I realized you don't need to be a health professional to share a wellness product. These programs break it down into simple way, effective method anyone can use. With the right guidance, tools, and support, anyone can become a trusted wellness coach.
True. A lot of our brand partners in the Philippines don't come from medical backgrounds. So this program is such a big help to build confidence, and it makes us even more equipped to share Usana. Going through the program myself, it has instilled in me a desire and a discipline to elevate my game as a wellness coach. It has built my credibility whenever I share Usana, and it motivates me to lead more health awareness campaigns to share the vision of Dr. Myron Wentz.
I agree with that, Daisy. With so much health info right now, remember we are already in the digital era, and it's very easy for us to feel overwhelmed. So us as audience, we often struggle to know what's real and what's not, am I right? So we have to learn to know the judgment, and we have to be discerning in whatever we see online. So with this program, the Become a Wellness Coach program, it gives us a training that is practical. So it delivers us the latest information and insights on health, and it's very simple and easy to duplicate. As Enkiat mentioned earlier, you don't need to be a health professional in order for you to share wellness products. May I see a raise of hands among here who are not health professionals? See, so are you learning so far with our session today? That's good to know, because you can always share our Usana Wellness products even though you are not a health professional. And by attending this program, you will be able to gain clarity, confidence, and deeper knowledge. So with all of this, you can grow your Usana business with, of course, confidence. Now, all right, I received a few questions from the audience, and they really want to know, so how do you guide the new preferred customers to begin their wellness journey and help them get started on Subscribe and Save so that they can stay consistent with their health and wellness? And Doreen, as physical and health coach, we all know, how do you help them to choose the products and get them started with Subscribe and Save?
Okay, whenever I meet someone new, I always begin by offering a fitness and wellness analysis. This is a great way to help them understand their current wellness before I begin to share starting. And I believe it's essential to first understand what the body truly needs. And I really appreciate that Singapore offers and provides us with helpful tools like the in-body scanner. It allows us to assess and analyze our customers' pre-existing and also current wellness, which builds trust and adds values to the consultation.
That's very good to know. And would you like to say anything about our newest kit?
Yeah, and of course I have to say the Energy Kit is such a great starting point. It's an all-in-one kit for anyone to begin their wellness journey. So instead of wondering, should I take this or that, you've got everything you need in one place to build a solid foundation. So before, customers often felt stuck by trying to figure out where to begin. And now I simply guide them to start with the Energy Kit. So this is a perfect tool for subscribe and save too, making sure they will never miss the basics as they kick off their routine. Now, I also feel that following up is another key part of my approach that is essential. I usually check in by phone or text on the third day after our first meeting, just to make sure they have already started taking the supplements and to see how they are feeling. And if there's any issues that come up, I can address them promptly. So on the 7th day, I will follow up to ensure that their subscribe and save is properly set up. After that, I schedule another fitness and wellness analysis in the next 1 or 2 weeks to review their progress and answer any questions they might have. So that second in-person meeting really helps them feel more settled into their wellness journey. And this is where we dive deeper into their concerns and guide them towards and encourage them and support them even more.
How about you, Ken?
Yeah, I totally agree with Doreen. The Energy Kit is really the perfect starter. If it is put together so thoughtfully, making things simple for anyone just beginning their wellness journey. No more worrying about where to start. Everything you need is just right in the one box. In that way, I can shift my focus to building stronger relationships and supporting customers as they are continuing their journey. I take time to understand each person's lifestyle, daily habit, and health concern. This builds the trust. Once the trust is built, I will guide them to register as a preferred customer. Then I explain subscribe and save in a simple way. First, it helps them stay consistent. Second, save money because of the 10%. Lastly, it ensures that they will never run out of their body needs. With the Energy Kit, introducing subscribe and save becomes effortless. The key is connection first, benefit second. That's how trust grows and how long-term wellness begins.
Wow, that's truly correct, Enkiatno. And with trust, we know that relationships last longer. And we are a Usana community here, so we empower and uplift each other in wellness and in business journeys. And just for everyone's information, since they were talking about the Energy Kit, we are featuring the Energy Kit at the Nutritionals booth in our expo tomorrow. So we are inviting everyone to please check it out. So Daisy, how do you usually get your preferred customers on Subscribe and Save?
Well, I think it's important to show the customers that we really care, not just sell products. That's why I guide them using the STM formula. First, strengthen the relationship. We focus on showing them the benefits, helping them feel supported, and really build the trust. I usually recommend starting with essentials so that their new preferred customer can quickly experience the positive changes and feel encouraged on their wellness journey. And just like Doreen and Enkiat shared, the Energy Kit is such a great tool to begin. It's got all the basics that your body needs. Yeah, and second, we educate to expand. We've shared the value of the products and, of course, health, so that we are giving them the knowledge and confidence to talk about it with others. Finally, we maximize the volume. How customer starts often sets the tone for how they will continue and duplicate. So the MNG gives us a simple standard language that's easy to share and duplicate. When we guide them through this process, we are building a strong foundation for long-term success.
That is so true. And when customers experience the benefits and we follow up with them in a timely way, that's when it really builds our long-term relationship with them. And so for our brand partners, do you take the same approach or a different approach to encourage them to use Subscribe and Save? Let's start with you.
Okay, I help them see beyond and visualize what can be achieved through Subscribe and Save, showing them the bigger picture, guiding them to move from being consumers to thinking the entrepreneur ways, equipping and encourage them to share their stories and invite and meet at the office as they lead others to achieve their health goals. And so we lay out a personalized timeline so they can clearly see all the rewards along the road there with Subscribe and Save. This is through the 3 milestone bonuses and towards the Pace Setter program. So it's simple, practical, and sets them up for success right from the start.
Totally agree. How about you, Anke?
Yeah. It's for me, like for brand partner, I highlight that Subscribe and Save is a business foundation. I expect that when they consistently using the product themselves, they will experience real result and also they can share more confidently. And they earn more, they earn profit more steadily. And then I position Subscribe and Save not just personal wellness, but as a business practice that builds your income with consistent hard work and dedication. Whether you're a brand partner or preferred customer, I strongly recommend beginning with the energy kick. We come with 200 points and pick perfectly into our business system, making it possible to build a strong foundation through consistent effort.
How about you, Lisa?
Well, I couldn't agree more with Enkia. When brand partners consistently use the products, they will experience real results. So we need to be the product of the product, to be the living proof of what we are sharing. So I also help them see that this is a real business. And through Subscribe and Save, it is really part of our operating cost. I guide them that it's important to invest in a small inventory so that we can offer samples and advanced products for prospects to experience quickly, right away. So our business is a distribution business, and Subscribe and Save is key to long-term consumption and income through sales effort.
Wow, that's really a great point that you mentioned, Daisy. And supporting them with Subscribe and Save helps to lay a strong business foundation. And when it comes to health, taking supplements is truly a long-term commitment to our health. So for those just beginning their wellness journey, consistency can be a little bit challenging. So in that case, how do you encourage them to stay on track and take their supplements regularly? Let's start with you.
Sometimes all they need is a little reminder what first inspired them to begin. And I will help them understand how these supplements play a supportive role in their wellness journey. Listening to them also helps us understand why they are not consistent in taking the supplements too.
And Enkia?
Just for me, at the very beginning, I always remind them supplement are not a magic pill. You won't see a miracle overnight. It's all about consistency. Just like a skyscraper, it's not built in one night. You may not feel a big change right away, but the foundation is forming. Gradually, steadily, your body supports you from the inside out. I also like to share the real feedback from the customer. For example, I will say, one of my customers used to experience a dip in the afternoon. After using the supplement consistently for 3 weeks, she noticed that she felt more balanced throughout the whole day and didn't rely on coffee as much. When people hear the real result like that, it clicks, then they realize consistency is the key, not just buying.
Yeah, I really like that story, Enkia, and you've raised a very important point. So customers, they need to know what to expect. And many people give up on supplements very easily or very quickly, like when results aren't that immediate. And yet, we know that it's where their wellness journey should start, like consistently taking those supplements. Now, they're just, probably they're not aware of it. So, Daisy, how do you encourage them to take their supplements regularly?
Yeah, I remember one time calling on a hardware owner who is experiencing several health challenges. No matter how many sharings we did, he was not willing to try the products. So, he may be wealthy, but to him, health is not a priority. So you know what? During our conversation, one of his workers, who was a daily wage earner, butted in the conversation. He said, "Boss, you should try it. I am using it every day. I buy a week's supply at a time because the products have supported me tremendously." So this is a person who might not have much financially, but truly understand the value of health. So people who would continually take the products are those that understand the value of their health and have decided to really take charge of it. So to help people stay consistent with their supplements, the first step is guiding them to really understand the value of health through trainings and product testimonials, and let them see the value for themselves. Health is not built on supplements alone. We also need to remind them the 3 other action steps, which is to really make changes in their diet, to stay active with fitness and exercise, and also to manage their stress and sleep.
Exactly, and we all know that supplements can support us, but lasting wellness can only be attained from, pairing them with healthy lifestyle choices as well. And real progress comes from adopting healthier routines and habits for long-term goals. Now, if someone stops, supplementation for a while, how would you help them restart and get back on track? I know does all of you want to hear some tips from our panelists on how we can get back those people who have stopped trying supplements? Can I see a raise of hands? Just see if you're still awake. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they're excited to know some tips from you. So can you share it with us, Doreen?
I personally found a soft follow-up approach really helps. It's not about pushing our products to get them to eat, and it's all about showing how you care for them. So something as simple as calling them up for a cup of tea to talk about what's going on in their life, and to tell them I'd like to check in with you next week. Just a quick wellness check-in, and invite them to the office for the fitness and wellness analysis that can help not only maintain the relationship or rekindle the relationship again, but also the routine back on track.
Yes, I feel the same way as Doreen. When someone stops their supplements, I don't push them. I simply help them remember why they started. I was talking to my friend Stan once. I asked him, do people in their 50 or 60 suddenly get joint pain, heart disease, or high uric acid overnight? He said, of course not. It builds up over years of not taking care of their themselves. I say, exactly. And that's the reminder I give. Health problems don't appear overnight, and good health doesn't either. The habits we build today protect us tomorrow. When people feel mixed things of I don't this to get worse, I actually can feel better, and most importantly, this is easy to restart. A little urgency, a little hope, and a simple way to restart. That's what really gets people to start again. My job is just to guide them back to that awareness. And once they see the value of themselves, restarting becomes their decision, not something I'm pushing.
Yeah, Usana is a beautiful business because it's built on relationships. We don't begin with products, we begin connecting with people and understanding where they are. Sometimes customers stop for different reasons, probably financial constraints or life challenges, or simply because they feel better and decided to stop. That's why checking in regularly is so important. For example, I have a preferred customer who used to order quite a volume of products, but over time have reduced her orders. A simple call to catch up and really listen as she shared her challenges has given her fresh motivation, and she reordered again.
Wow, and I really like what you mentioned about remembering your why in the first place. So that's a very good insight. And I really like what you mentioned also, Doreen and Daisy. So we all know that pushing isn't sustainable and in the long run. So, but guiding, right, our brand partners, our preferred customers to connect with their own needs is what often inspires them to restart. And we, again, as a Yusana community, we focus on real connection with people. We focus on empowering them, and that's what makes this business truly amazing, right? So I have just one last question for all of you. Now, with what Dr. Catherine and our health professionals mentioned earlier, Dr. Alex, Dr. Eling, and Dr. Myra, whatever they've shared today, what is your key takeaway that will support you in Subscribe and Save? Let's start first with Doreen.
Okay, today I heard from Dr. Armstrong. He said that diets affects our microbiome, and that and also Osman mentioned about fiber G having the what do you call bifidogenic effects on our body. So this is something new I'm learning, because we always think that fibers are just fruits and vegetables, but there is this prebiotic, postbiotic, and that. And this is something I would now able to add on to explain to people who doesn't take fibers, or they do buy their fiber G or fibers from organic shops. And we learned today that not all apple pectins are the same. And in Usana, we have a very unique blend where we choose the best apple pectin. We always choose the best ingredients, best formulation, and with the best results. So this is something I take away and I'm very proud of, and it adds on to me confidence to take them and to introduce that back to the consultation.
Very well said, Doreen. How about you, Enkian?
Yes, for me, like the key takeaway for today is like Dr. Myra. You say like a simple habit creates a long-term benefit in both health and wealth. That's all for me.
Yeah, my key takeaway for today is from Dr. Alex Delgado. So it's nice that we are reminded that in medicine, it is usually addressing diseases. But of course, what we do is actually prevention. So I like the distinction between the lifespan and the health span. So medicine usually focuses on the lifespan, which is really prolonging life. And even in suffering, and even if it gets us depleted in our finances. However, in our health span, our focus is really how we have lived well. So I believe that this is something that we can use whenever we meet our prospects. We can remind them about lifespan and health span. So I think this is something that I'm gonna add.
Wow, very well said, Daisy, Doreen, and Enkian. And I would like to thank the three of you for sharing your insights, your practical tips, and your experiences with us today. And now we can conclude that Subscribe and Save isn't just a system. It is a commitment to consistency in order for us to build our business and wellness with confidence. And to all of us who are here, let us continue to lead by example, be the product of the product, and of course, empower other people to take charge of their lives. So thank you everyone for joining us.